Hi, my name is Phil Anderson and I'm running for United States Senate to represent Wisconsin. Donald Trump, obviously a very controversial candidate for president. But one of the things that he said recently has really stuck with me, and I think it's an excellent idea, and of course none of the other candidates touched it with a 10-foot pole for obvious reasons. And that is, he says that the government should not be awarding contracts to contractors without a bidding process. There shouldn't be any no-bid contracts, and he's right. Furthermore, we shouldn't be awarding contracts that are called cost plus, meaning that the contractor gets to charge us whatever their costs are, plus an automatic profit, and plus they can also, along with that, if their costs go up during the course of servicing that contract, they then just charge more. It's a recipe for corruption and for misuse of funds and for overspending, and it happens every single day with pretty much every department of the federal government. What should happen is then when we need some work done by private contractors, and I think that's a great idea to use contractors, it should be put out for bid. The city of Madison government does that all the time for things like towing, with which I'm experienced. They put out a contract, a request for proposals, and people submit their requests and say, I'll do the work for these next 3 years for this amount of money, and they have to be very careful about the costs that they put in their proposals, and the city holds them to that. And there are different provisions in there where they can be escalated or things can change if conditions change, but it has to be performed by a very wise business and one that's has a history of doing a good job. Now, I think for the federal government that shouldn't be a problem at all, because even though it might cost a little bit more to have somebody looking over contracts and make decisions, the cost savings of not doing business by no-bid contracts and cost-plus contracts would be tremendous. We waste a ton of money that way, and when Donald Trump talks about waste, fraud, and abuse, that's one area where there's a ton of money that can come back or not ever leave taxpayers' hands in the course of the federal government doing business with private contractors. I think that's an excellent idea and one that I advocate wholeheartedly. So when you elect me to the United States Senate in November, when I take office in January, I'm going to do my best, fight tooth and nail, to get rid of that corrupt process where cronies and contributors are given money to, given free money to, more or less taxpayers' money, your money, just because they've made campaign contributions, and make it at least a competitive process so that we can not only get the best services available in the private market, but also have them done in a cost-effective way. Thanks, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.